Alright, hello everyone and welcome to part 4 of PK reviews for the Gravity Builder Green Shadow by Generation Toys. This is the fourth part, Bulldozer. That is their Bonecrusher analog, as you can tell, is a bulldozer. Not exactly the most creative of names, but let's take a look. I'm gonna pull him up close here real quick. And as you can see, he is a majority green with that little purple hiding in there. As you can also see, all clear plastic other than some things like the grill and some parts there. He has the trailer thing back here as with Navi. And overall, he looks good. Just like my other reviews, I'm doing this straight out of the box, so I've never transformed this figure before, not even the original one, and we're going to do it here together now. As with the other reviews, I do have the instructions in the wings, so I'm not keeping you too in suspense if I get stuck, but we'll try not to use those. Alrighty, so good look at him one more time. Seems to be coming untabbed in a few places. Doesn't look like there's any stress on those plugs. It's just not very tight. Alright, so transform this guy. We start with these, getting them out of the way, I believe, so that I can move this around. Untab these out of here and fold them up. Oh, sorry, you can't even see that. I'm untabbing these side things from this and folding them up so they're out of the way. That frees this up, which also frees up our legs here, which will allow us to remove our good friend, the lower arm. It's the exact same thing, just a different hand in it as the one that came with Navi. If you're curious about it, just go back to his review. Nothing too special. I'm just going to put it back here and get on with the show. Alright. So we have that freed up. I'm going to rotate his treads forward to do that. And then I'm going to pull out his gun. Alright. Back away from the parts formers and to the flippers. So we'll flip this around and see if I can get a nail up under there. Fold out the handle and there's his gun. Translucent plastic throughout, even the handle on this one, but nice looking gun. Okay, now we will be able to fold this piece down. That's very loose. I just tapped it and it went down, but it locks into place securely for robot mode. That's something. Alright, legs practically identical. There's a clicky waist joint that likes to move, a little loose, but okay. The legs are practically the same as Navi. They just have these new pieces attached to the side, which do not rotate, despite looking like they should. Anyways, fold his feet down. We fold the heel spurs for said feet down, which is a bit easier if I rotate the foot. Gives me a little more clearance on the top, doesn't it? No. I thought it'd be easier, but I was wrong. Same as Navi. Has these little clips. Fit them in there, and you're golden. Let's just pull from here then. Okay, that worked. Now, same thing. Fold this little clip up into that little slot. And he has a little heel. That one's looser than the other. Alright, now that his feet are out of the way, we can bring his legs down and together on this double joint. It's a little dark, but this double joint, we'll pull it down and together, and they snap together at the bottom there. That's actually very tight. It does pop loose, but it feels tight. Don't know why it's not being super tight. Alright, we fold down these back pieces of tread. and we fold up these front pieces of tread on both sides, just like that one's tighter, so. And then, do these do anything? It looks like folding that in pushed these out is all it really did. Oh, I spoke too soon. It rolls. I'm not really sure what that gets us. I mean, it rolls down, but the most that does is allows these to roll aside. Then it just sort of looks odd. I feel like it would go the other way better. I'm going to consult the instructions very begrudgingly. And it skipped a lot of things about the legs. Okay, so it is interesting. It is leaving these up, despite the fact that there's a picture on the instruction book of these down, and they do rotate. So what it is doing, though, is pulling these loose, rotating it around to the back, and folding it up so it's hidden in back instead of up on front. Alright, this thing's getting a little in the way of showing things off, so I'm assuming it is likely part of the next bit. So, oh, and this was folded down in package, it folds up. Anyway, so I believe now what I want to do is split this. It's tabbed together. It's not pull sideways, it's a pull forward and back because the tab goes in over top. Just anyone who gets stuck there, now you know. Is that the same? It looks like a hook. It's a hook. Same thing here. They hook together instead of pulling apart. Alright, we'll roll these around. They tab in to the side, and then I'm just going to roll them out on the shoulder joints up so they're out of the way. And there we go. We'll roll this around to give us the front of the body. Then we will open this up on those two joints, which allows us room to free the head, which is sideways on mine. Another little interesting quirk. Face it forward. I guess that's what this does. Maybe it folds up like it can fold up and around and back in all sorts of ways. But I feel like what it should be doing is folding in here behind his head. I could be wrong about that. Step there. Yep, the instructions just have it sitting on top. Missed some points there with your engineering, Warbitron / Gravity Builder / Generation Toys / Transformation. You missed a few points on that one. That would have been nifty. Alright, snaps are back into place. There we are. Now we need to handle the arms. Okay, there's a lot of hunks hanging off these arms, so I'm going to try and figure out where it all goes without the instructions, and then we will see how I did. If you just heard a bell, you are not crazy. That's my kitten's collar. He decided to leave in here, and I just kicked it. Alright, so this can open. That makes some sense. I feel like this needs to extend. Yep. Double joint extend. Rotates around. This can rotate. Can it rotate that way? No. It can rotate that way. Okay, and then roll this like this. that's a point I would be worried about. Maybe up like that. I feel like I should be worried about this little flimsy piece holding this entire thing on. That's just me. Alright, then this will rotate around, I assume, and cover that. Alright. Now where's the... Okay. I see a hand. I assume then, yep, this flap opens. Very little. Let's use this gun to get in there. Get a good grip on it and pull this hand out. It's a little tough to get to. And then we will close this. There's a tab that holds it in place. So yes, that is how the hand goes. I'm not feeling what to do with this piece. That looks good though, so I'll just repeat that on this side. Same thing, that extends and untabs, allows this to roll around. This will then roll around and sort of sit on his shoulder. Yeah, still not feeling that. That's just, feels lazy. Feels like a waste of possibility with those things to have left them attached on the arm like that. Anyways, this will roll around, cover that, open this tiny flap, see if we can, yep, I got that one out without his gun, and close the hand. Alrighty, so let's see what I can do to make this guy look a little better. Maybe I mean, that looks a little better, doesn't it? To me it does. He looks more danger pads. I mean, danger pads. Whatever. Give him his gun. Looks like I need to open his fingers a little to get that in there. That's very tight. Very tight fingers. Get his gun in his hand, close his tight fingers, and he's now armed. I feel like one of these heels pop loose. They're clever, but they don't stay as well as you'd think they would. Alrighty, there he is, Mr. Green. That is Generation Toys Bulldozer, the Green Shadow version. As with all the others, it's really nice looking plastic. It just feels right to have this plastic be what's on there. It's very, very durable feeling clear plastic. So far I've had these guys for, well, 2 days now. I've just opened 2 today and 2 yesterday, and I even carried the two from yesterday to work with me today. I was not worried putting them in my backpack and bringing them along. I did not put too much in there with them, but hey, what can you do? So let's take a quick look at Bulldozer with his brethren. First and foremost, here's Make Toys' take on Bonecrusher. I really just like how creative Make Toys takes on things are for the whole giant set. They're very unique. And let's pull in. I have to assemble him back again because parts of him are falling off and he's loose. As is the tradition for TFC, they get very loose very fast. At least the older ones did. Hades had the benefit of starting loose, and Piranacon is near perfect, but you know. Alright, there's our little... Yeah, I don't see what people see in the Hercules set. I guess they get it for combined mode and that's it. Yeah, but there's the first 2 versions of third-party Bonecrusher with him. Let's move them out of the way. And let's bring in Takara Bonecrusher. Um, yeah, they're very different. The heads on the Generation Toy group are all very, very different from the G1 counterpart. If Scrapper stops looking at his shoes back there, you can see his as well. But yeah, they're very different. Lots of faceplates where there weren't, lots of weird shapes, but you know, it feels very IDW-ish to me. And even that's not an exact match for, but still, there he is with the Takara um, Unite Warriors Bonecrusher. And Toy World's Bonecrusher. Um, as you can see, they both have little purple sort of Speedo shorts, purple arms, and a little bits over here and there. Both very different heads. I still adore how they have the treads around the bending joints on him, but I also love the double bending knees on these guys. They look very clean, very modern, whereas these hit the G1 vibe for me. Anyways, move him aside. A little bit of a close-up on our buddy here. Very good looking still. Yeah, fold that down sort of. Doesn't really fold further than that, but whatever. Look around. Pretty clean looking. I'm really liking this crystal green. So, I mean, I recommend the set so far. We are still only 4/6 of the way in, and I have not even tried to change any of them to combine mode. So, we'll see where it goes from there in the next 3 videos. And for now, PK signing off.